Hey guys, welcome to another episode of YouTube. It is December the 22nd, and today I am going to be going over the Bitcoin price. I didn't have time to make a video yesterday. I had a busy schedule, but I know a lot of people were probably shitting their pants when they saw the Bitcoin dump yesterday, and I want to go into my thoughts on that and why I don't think it's as serious as a lot of people are saying. And if that sounds good to you guys, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. With that, let's get it. Alright guys, going to start things off by looking at my weekly Bitcoin chart here. And if you were one of the people blindsided by this bit of a dump, if you want to call it that, yesterday, and you're basically getting real shaky and real nervous about this price action, thinking this might be the end, I just want to take a moment and just zoom out like I've done here, guys. Every single pattern, every single candle, basically on any time frame, you're going to get a wick, especially after a big exploding candle like this. You're going to get some sort of a wick down into the candle body. I mean, look at this. Every single candle on this weekly pattern has wicks that go somewhere into the body of the candle before it. And this is absolutely no different. And it just absolutely baffles me. Guys, I'm not going to mention any names, but you guys will probably know who I'm talking about. There is YouTube influencers out there with over 70,000 subscribers, guys, and they are just, it seems like every day they're flip-flopping what their opinion is and calling themselves the most realistic Bitcoin channel, analysis channel, all that sort of stuff, guys. And here I am with a measly 200 subscribers, and I'm keeping a level head about this, and I've been playing this chart, playing these patterns significantly better, in my opinion. And I just want you guys to understand that there is a difference between someone who's a real good analyst and who can actually trade their analysis versus someone who might be a little bit of a salesman. And again, this actually bothers me to even say, guys, because the guy I'm talking about, I did learn a lot from him. I watched him trade the bear market. Again, not saying any names, but he is a very good analyst. And he's not the only one. I've seen a lot of what I would consider very successful traders who are getting a little bit emotional in these times. And as I said, guys, when we break all-time highs, emotions are going to be running high. So that's not to point the finger at anybody specifically, but just keep a level head, you guys, because this is just a very common thing that eventually, like when you get a big candle like that, like I said, you're going to get a pullback, guys. So this is just very basic charting. This is very basic price movement. There's nothing scary there, in my opinion. People are saying that we've crashed. Guys, we are still 20% above all-time highs. It's absolutely nuts that people are referring to this as a crash or that the run is over or anything like that, you guys. To me, this is still just a beautiful looking chart pattern. Something I noticed yesterday, actually, and before I point this out, uh, hold your comments to yourself if you're going to say this isn't a strong pattern, this is a stupid trend line I'm pointing out, or anything like that, guys. But I know in previous patterns, I know I played a little bit of a triangle here on the 15-minute chart. I had pointed that out, and some people actually traded that. Absolutely great to see. But going to the weekly chart here, guys, or sorry, let me go back here. After we broke out of this triangle here, what I also did is I made a bit of a parallel channel, and it went something like this. Let me just extend it here. You can see that I connected the bottoms, and then that was able to pinpoint absolutely perfectly where this trend topped out, you guys. And I had pointed that out on my Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you don't. But that's just kind of something that I want to point out here is we got this beautiful triangle break, guys, this 3-year pattern. And so a lot of times, well, for one, you know that I have this measured move of this triangle that lines up with about 27, 28,000. But let's just say we're going to go a little shy from that, and we're just going to do the same thing here. We broke a triangle, so rather than the measured move, we're going to make a little bit of a parallel channel here, go to our all-time highs on the left there, and look where we found support on this wick, guys. I know this is not a strong trend line. I want to make that very clear. There is only one touch point on this, but just the fact that I look for these parallel channels once a pattern breaks. Very interesting that this weekly candle, that big dump yesterday, immediately got stopped short at that exact parallel channel. So something to watch for, guys, is if we consolidate above this channel here, like, oh boy, the bulls may very well be in full control still. Even right now, if this candle, I mean, guys, we have 5 days left in this candle. There's plenty of time for it to still turn green. And a lot of times when you get these parabolic moves, the candles get bigger and bigger. There is a lot of upside potential here still. Obviously, if we, let's say this candle or the next one drops back into this channel, yeah, sure, we might get a bigger pullback, guys, but let's just keep a level head until that happens. Being a good trader isn't just about being able to predict what's going to happen. It's also, more importantly, being able to react what happens in the charts, you guys. So just something to consider there, you guys. Just another thing to mention, guys, before I end up zooming in a little further, a lot of people are saying that, well, you know, we're getting really overbought on the RSI, and you guys know my opinion on that. It's called the Relative Strength Index. If it's overbought, there's a ton of buying pressure, and we're in a bull market. So that might just indicate that there is no selling pressure. It's just buying pressure, and it doesn't necessarily mean we're overbought. It just means that there is people buying. I mean, guys, look what happened back here for our 2017 run-up. We were overbought over and over, and look at that price since we reached extreme overbought. I mean, the price went up another 3,700%, guys. So don't put too much weight on one single indicator. It's much the same of going back to how I've talked about the CME gaps and how that is just one single indicator that people love to give too much weight to. Price action, in my opinion, is by far the most important thing. With that, you just go for the indicators, just kind of backing up what you're saying, guys, or what you're thinking. You're just looking for confirmations. You're not looking for a play based on one single indicator, you guys. So just a few things to consider from a very bullish perspective, in my opinion, guys. And also, if you haven't, watch my video from a couple days ago, whatever my previous video is. I kind of made some interesting chart comparisons between Bitcoin and Tesla. And if any of you guys have been longtime subscribers to me, you'll know that one of my favorite indicators back in summer was actually following the Tesla chart, because it was playing out so similar, or more so Bitcoin was playing out so similar to what Tesla was doing, just kind of seemed like a couple months behind almost. And I mean, if you don't know what happened with Tesla, go look at the chart, but I'm sure everyone knows, because Tesla is the other thing on top of Bitcoin that just seems to have a ton of FOMO around it, guys. It's just a very innovative thing. Elon Musk is a very smart man, whether you love him or hate him. He's absolutely brilliant. And that company has a lot of FOMO around it, and the price patterns are basically just kind of playing out the same. They react very similar in these market conditions, guys. That being said, guys, let me just hop over to the Tesla chart. Once again, I know I pointed this out in my last video, but look what happened when we broke all-time highs. It absolutely exploded here. We got basically immediately got something like 130, 140% pump, guys. And yes, after that, as I've been saying, when we break all-time highs, we also do get those violent pullbacks. And look at this. It's, well, about a 60% pullback, guys. Yes, that may have been instigated because of the coronavirus, but even if that's so, look how strong these patterns are, guys. Like, we had a nice breakout and we still respected the shit out of that resistance to support flip, even with a global pandemic. Very similar to going back how Bitcoin, this pattern I was following, respected my pattern perfectly. It's just great to see how accurate technical analysis can be, guys, no matter what the conditions are across the globe. Just gonna close my Tesla chart here. I think that's basically all I have to say about it. But going back to Bitcoin here, I'll zoom into the 4-hour chart. And guys, right here we have a bit of a potential for what could have been a bull flag. I mean, sorry, a bear flag. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. But here we have this. Let's just make this purple for now. We had this rising line of support forming. And right now it could be being treated as a bit of a resist flip, so always be aware that that could be a thing, guys. But after we dropped that and had this steep bit of a drop here, Not that I think it was too crazy or anything, but it was, close to a 10% dump very quickly, guys. So it's nothing to laugh at. But what I'm getting at is this did have the potential to play out as a bit of a bull flag and drop significantly further. But the Bears never did take their opportunity, and the Bulls just bought it right back up, right at my horizontal support, basically. And in my opinion, this looks very much so like the Bulls are very in control of this market still. And as we're hitting all-time highs, I would actually be a little bit shocked if the Bears were still in control, because why did they let it go that high, right? Right now, well, look at that. The price is just starting to take off right now, so we'll have to see if we do get a proper breakout. That would be exciting because, guys, I am still in a good chunk of my position. In my previous video, I'd pointed out where my stop losses are. Yes, 2 of the 3 were hit, but that's why I kept a loose stop loss, guys. I still don't feel the need to jump back into another trade. Because I do have one open and I still have a good chunk riding. So just great. Being I am so bullish on this macro trend, I really just want to leave a long position open because I'd rather risk losing a bunch of my profits at this point versus opening myself up to a new high risk trade because things are so volatile right now. I'd rather just keep riding what I have. And once again, guys, it is important to lock in profits, but I have locked in a bunch of profits on that position already. So if it gets stopped out from here, it's okay. I don't lose anything other than some profits, which I never had before I took the trade anyways. Let's hop over to the 15-minute. Yeah, absolutely beautiful, guys. Just since starting this video, you can see it starting to take off. Whether or not this is a fake out, who knows, but I do have this trend line that we actually respected the shit out of. It's only a 15-minute chart, but that's just a classic resist to support flip, guys, and I love these diagonal lines. So everything looks healthy to me. I'm really not worried, and like I said, I can't lose on my trade anyway, so I have no reason to be worried. But I am still excited about the future here because I do think Bitcoin is going to go way, way higher than the levels that we have seen around 24, what is it, 24.3 thousand we topped out at last time. I just don't think that's all the gas left in the tank, and watch my video yesterday to see my reasoning for that. Of course, we'll have to see how this plays out, but other than that, guys, the one last thing I do want to touch base on here is XRP. A lot of you guys are probably very aware of what's going on here, but apparently there's some legal action against the CEO of Ripple or something like that. Guys, you know by now I'm not huge on fundamentals. I have been learning a little more about Bitcoin's fundamentals, but really the way that I trade these markets, not as the investment side, but as the trading side of things, I really more so let the charts do the talking, guys. This legal action, it just seems more FUD on the whole uncertainty and doubt thing. I really don't know if there's too much to worry about or not. I don't really have an opinion, guys, because I do hold a little bit of XRP, but it's very minimal compared to my Bitcoin because I kind of for the last few months have been strongly under the impression that Bitcoin is where the large players in the market are focused right now, and they are the smart money. Say what you want, but billionaires and millionaires know how to make money, and if that's what they're focusing on, I just want to jump on that train and ride that wave with them. So we'll have to see. I do think that there's room for a lot of altcoins, XRP included, to far outperform Bitcoin in the long term here of this cycle. But I'm not overly interested in altcoins until Bitcoin really does its thing. And I know I've mentioned like when Bitcoin hits all-time highs, I might consider altcoins more. When I say all-time highs, though, I don't really mean just breaking all-time highs. And I mean, that could be the time that I should be pulling the trigger on some of these. I don't know, guys, but just me personally, the way I do things is I'm looking more at trading Bitcoin with leverage versus these altcoins until Bitcoin really has its moment in the sun, and I just don't think that's here yet. You guys know in the previous, or in a video that I have the link in my description, I think it's my most important Bitcoin analysis video out there to date, and one of the most important ones that I've actually seen with most traders out there. I think it's a very good video, and definitely check it out. But I do see reason to believe that Bitcoin could be hitting absolutely astronomical numbers, over 100,000, even closer to 300,000. If you've seen my video, you know my reasoning behind that. There is actually technicals to back that up, and I do think the fundamentals around Bitcoin are heavy, or are strong right now. And with altcoins, I think Bitcoin really has to lead the path and show that there is a lot of confidence in the market before people start trading their Bitcoin for altcoins as the confidence returns into the markets and that sort of stuff. Of course, guys, none of this has been financial advice. Always do your own research, form your own opinions. Never just listen to some random person on the internet about their theories and just assume they're always right 100% of the time. Guys, I lose trades. Yes, I win a lot of trades. I don't have a crystal ball, you guys. I just have a good understanding of technical analysis, and it's been working out very well for me trading Bitcoin the last while, so that's kind of where I'm sticking to. But as I said, I do have a little bit of Ripple, but such a small amount compared to my Bitcoin holdings that really, I don't think this would ever happen. But let's just say theoretically it does go to zero and it is actually just a shitcoin, not worth anything. I mean, it happens, it would suck, but it would be a very small percentage of my portfolio. So I just think that it's important being in the crypto space. Don't necessarily look for that next coin that's just going to be the next $20,000 Bitcoin, right? Because that's more holding on to something as far as a lottery ticket mentality. So just make sure you really do your research, and if you strongly believe in a project, yes, I won't tell you what to do or what not to do. Just right now, I think the focus is on Bitcoin, and that's why I'm really not paying too much attention to this move or getting too emotionally wrapped up into it with XRP. In the end, let's just get rid of this purple line here. We do have this green trend line sloping downwards. I mean, we're getting near that, so it would make a lot of sense if we do bounce soon. As well, on the left here, we do have a lot of horizontal support, basically right where we're bottoming out currently. So really, I don't think this price action is going to stick. Really wouldn't be that surprised if it absolutely fucking explodes in the next few days. This is just kind of a final shakeout. That being said, let's check a percentage. A lot of people are looking for a 40% pullback on Bitcoin, and whether or not that happens, I don't know. I play it as it comes. But look at that. That's almost a 40% pullback on Ripple. Maybe it's just getting the that 40% shakeout before Bitcoin is, or something like that, guys. This could just be very basic technical analysis, so I'm not going to get too emotionally wrapped up in that, guys. That being said, guys, once again, this was not financial advice, and if you appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, leave a comment. One other thing I was asking on Twitter is let me know down below if you guys would be interested if I start doing a few live streams of my analysis. Just since I do have a small following, it's kind of hard to get in the mood to do that because it's kind of awkward if I only have a few people watching, but one of these days when I'm bored, I'm going to do it anyways. I'll grab a beer and do it, whatever. And just have a little bit of a Q&A and just talk analysis, talk crypto with you guys and that sort of stuff. So let me know your opinions on that. All that being said, guys, one more time, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and stay safe, my friends. Keep a level head on what's going on in the markets here. I think there is some very exciting times in the next little bit here in the near future, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys are in a good position if this is about to be the explosive bull market that I've been calling for since June. I would love to have a whole bunch of people giving me a lot of positive feedback, just not even feedback, sorry guys, more so just your own personal experience, how you're doing, if your accounts are growing, that sort of stuff. Just exciting to see because it's been working out for me lately, and I just really like to see that other people are profiting as well. Love to hear about it, guys. So all that being said, guys, I'm out. Stay safe. Good luck in the trading world. Peace out.